John aka Chicken Fillets here. Now recently I've had my 36th birthday, yay go me for surviving another year, and we've had Christmas and we've had lots of sales on around that time. So what we're going to look at today is my most recent gaming pickups. Now there's going to be a mixture of gifts, physical games, digital games and other bits of paraphernalia. But before we get cracking on the usual bump, if you like JRPGs, gaming pickups, and a wee Scottish guy talk about, well, please consider subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's have a look. Now I'm going to start off with some gifts which I got from various people, so I'll talk about the gifts which I got from Mrs. Fillets and my wee boy. Now, as you can see, I am wearing my Shinra Cooperation hat, which I got as a part of my birthday, and I've been wearing this non-stop recently. It's awesome. I mean, it's Final Fantasy VII, you gotta love it. Now I got some physical games as well during that time, and I was gifted Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed. So yes, it's Disney Epic Mini Rebrushed, the remaster of Epic Mickey. I've not played this game before, and it's kind of a little tradition which has now started here, because last year I got Disney Illusion Island, love that game, so I'm really looking forward to playing this Mickey Mouse title. And there was a second physical Nintendo Switch game I got as well. Now this one was for me and my son to play together, which we did for a little bit, and it is the Grinch Christmas Adventures. If you have a little child, it is good just to pick up this one and play with them. It's nothing too exciting, but it does the job. We're keeping them amused. Now, some other gifts that I had received. Friend of the channel, Retro Brandon, may have sent me 2 games on my Steam account. So they were digital, obviously being on Steam. He had gone through my wish list, naughty boy, and he gifted me Final Fantasy IV, the 3D remake. Now this originally came out on the DS. I've been wanting it for a while because I've played Final Fantasy IV. It's an awesome title, but I've never played the 3D one, and now I can thanks to my friend Retro Brandon. Now, keeping with Mr. Retro Brandon, he did give me another game, which was Resonant of Fate, which is a turn-based gunplay JRPG from Sega. This one I've had on my PS3 in my backlog for a while, so I'll actually be able to play it on my Steam Deck. And you know me, I like my handheld gaming. Oh yeah, I better say this for him. World maps.
He said the thing! He said the thing!
Now another set of gifts was from James from the Review Ting. Now you'll have noticed over the past couple of videos that I have my Buster Sword here. This was gifted from James from the Review Ting, and it's incredible. I've always wanted a sword like that, and what's funny is this massive box arrived at my house and I had no idea what it was. Opened it up and it was like, oh, very good, very good. So thank you to the non-PSP believer. And then there was, I'm looking at my sheet of paper down below, Ys 6, the Arc Omnivotism for the Steam Deck. I think it's the original version. I think that game just got a re-release as well. It's a Ys title which I have not actually played yet. He is animated, it's the best one out there. I love the Ys 3D titles that I've played so far, the likes of Lacrimosa of Dana, Monstrum Nox. I've still to play Nordics actually. I've also played Memories of Celceta. Anyway, thank you to James from the Review Ting. And remember to check out both Retro Brandon and James from the Review Ting's YouTube channels. You know the usual, subscribe stuff. There is one more physical game we're going to look at. Now this has been on my wish list for a while. It came down in price and I am so happy to have this. It's not a JRPG, mind you, but it's one which I saw lots of memes about and I wanted to get on it. And this game is brutal. It is Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2. Now this reminds me gameplay wise of the Xbox 360 era games, you know, the likes of Gears of War. I was having a discussion with James recently, and he described it as Doom meets Gears of War, and I mean, he completely nails it on the head. I've played one mission on this so far, and I'm not joking. I keep on saying the word brutal, but that's all you can describe it as. You're battering these aliens or cutting them up with chainsaw swords and stuff. It's just, and the bloods and guts. Yeah, if you've not played Warhammer, it is something else. Actually, I forgot to mention a couple more gifts that just popped in my head. So again, from Mrs. Phillips and my little boy, I do have 2 statues for my room now. I've got the Witcher, Geralt of Rivia. Now this is to also remind me of Mrs. Phillips' other man in her life, which is Henry Cavill. She loves a bit of Henry Cavill. And Deadpool, because I mean, come on, who doesn't love Deadpool? Now you'll have noticed in the background as well this massive Nintendo Switch cartridge, and before you ask, no, it doesn't fit in the Nintendo Switch.
That's what she said.
But this was printed and made for me by James once again, and we took a trip down to Forbidden World. It's this massive retro video game store down near Glasgow. And he picked up one of these Coca-Cola Final Fantasy figures, and it's the one of Squall. I think these are Japan only. So yeah, awesome. Now, as I mentioned at the start, yes, there has been Steam sales. I've picked up various games off of CD Keys because, again, it's been on sale. So I have written it all down on a piece of paper just so I remember. Before I actually recorded this video, I picked up a indie RPG called Koromon, which is kind of like a Pokemon clone indie game, but it looks really cool. I'm sure I'll bring that game up in another video at some point, but yeah, pick that one up for 89p. Incredible. Let's get cracking on here. So I picked up a bundle off of Steam. Now you may be aware that not just with JRPGs, but I really like Sonic the Hedgehog. It was my first game that I played when I was growing up. Sonic is still one of my favorite characters, and you'll see all the Sonic figures in the background, Big the Cat, SBO. There's all the Sonic figures there. I've got other Sonic paraphernalia all around the house as well. So I picked up a game bundle which is replicating Sonic. It is called Spark the Electric Jester. So it comes with 3 games. It's the first Spark the Electric Jester game, which is essentially like a Sonic, 2D Sonic games. It's really fun. I've been playing it here and there. And then you have Sonic. Then you have Spark the Electric Jester 2 and 3, which go into more of a 3D environment. And it's replicating more of the 3D, the Sonic Adventure style levels, but the control scheme on it is awesome. You have full control of Spark whilst I've played the 3rd one. I've not gone and tested the 2nd one yet, but from my little play of that, you have full control of Spark. You do a comparison for Sonic Adventure. Now, if you've played Sonic Adventure, you know that you can run a bit too fast and lose control of where you're going. Camera sometimes doesn't keep up, but with this, it is really tight controls. So that's the only way I can really think about the way it controls. It's just really, really tight. Yeah, Spark the Electric Jester. I mean, if you've not played it and if you're a fan of Sonic games, I would look into this one. I don't know about the availability on other consoles, but I know it's definitely on Steam. You can play it on your Steam Deck. I think maybe 1 or 2 of the titles could be on Switch. I'm not too sure, but yeah, have a look either way. Now, I've picked up a RPG which I played originally on the PlayStation 4. Now, this title had a horrendous launch. I did pick it up at launch and I sold it on pretty quickly because the bugs were horrendous. But it's been worked at for a long time and it's now seen as one of the best RPGs released. It's Steam Deck verified and I can tell you for a fact it runs so nicely on there. And it's Cyberpunk 2077. This is a game that I didn't think I would ever pick up again, but I kept on seeing it pop up on sale during the winter Steam sale. It often crops up. And I started watching videos about it on YouTube, about how it looks on the Steam Deck, how it runs, and it was just like grabbing me. It just looked amazing, and I downloaded it, started off with the introduction mission, and wow, it looks incredible on the Steam Deck. And the good thing with this as well is there's this Steam Deck setting already there, so you don't have to really go around and manipulate everything. It's just you select that. I took off motion blur because there was one of the videos said take off motion blur and it looks even better, and lo and behold it does. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting into Night City, because I got when I played it on the PlayStation 4, I was enjoying it, but the bugs just took me out of it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to diving back into Night City. Can't wait to play Cyberpunk. So you're gonna laugh at this next pick, but I really like this game. There's a poster on my wall here, which is off screen, and it's Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah. Like, I really like Mass Effect Andromeda. Before I did any sort of YouTube stuff, I used to play Mass Effect quite a lot. I used to replay the first, second, and third one. Andromeda is, weirdly enough, I've only replayed that twice off the top of my head. So having it handheld is going to be ace. I did quickly fire it up to see how it looked on the Steam Deck, and it looks really crisp. It always astounds me how amazing these games look on Steam Deck. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to replaying Mass Effect Andromeda. One of the plans this year in my head is I'm going to go through the Legendary edition, you know, go through Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, and then go for Andromeda. I've really missed Mass Effect, so I'm looking forward to replaying this one at some point. Now, we're going to look at JRPGs. They're mainly all indie titles which I picked up, but they're ones which I've recently talked about on the channel, and one of them, the first one we're going to look at, is Chris Tales. Now, Chris Tales was kind of a bigger indie release a couple of years back. There was a lot of fanfare about it. It's kind of a, how would you describe it, like a it's a side-scrolling that's the word I'm looking for. A side-scrolling, turn-based JRPG, and it has mechanics where you can go from between the past, present, and the future during battle as well. It looks so cool. Now, I did download this one a while ago just to quickly try out. I think we had a free trial of Xbox Game Pass a while back. Now, I rarely play my Xbox anymore, but I downloaded a few games when we got like the free Xbox Pass with like a pack of Pringles. And I really liked what I was playing, but I just never picked it back up. I have, from my time of playing it, I mean, I have recommended it before because it looks glorious. From what I did play, I did enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to actually completing it properly this year, or at some point. Now, two games which I picked up, I've recently talked about on my latest video before this, which was 5 indie JRPGs that you could complete in under 15 hours or less. God, I had to really think there. But the first one I picked up for a whole 2p, yes, 2 pence, was Jack Move. Now, this is a shorter JRPG you can complete within 6 hours. So that one I will blast through. I'm looking forward to it. It's a pixel art JRPG with turn-based combat, cyberpunk sort of era. I'm really looking forward to it. Jack Move is seen as a hidden gem within the JRPG community. So yeah, Jack Move for a whole 2p off of CD keys. The other title that I spoke about on my video was, looking at notes, Lunar Lux. How could I forget? Lunar Lux I picked up cheap once again. It was $4.99. It's a space sci-fi adventure, turn-based combat, pixel art. It just looks really fun. I got sold on it when looking through CD keys and where it popped up as an advert. And yeah, I picked it up. I looked at the videos for this one, like trailers and people's thoughts on it, and from what I was seeing, I was like, yeah, look, $4.99, let's just go for it. So yeah, Lunar Lux. And finally, we end with Terra Memoria. Terra Memoria is a indie JRPG, which is compared to the likes of Breath of Fire 3 and 4 with looking at the art style. The pixel art's gorgeous with this one. It's turn-based combat, and there's a bit of base building in there, and I do love myself a bit of base building. You know, I spent way too much time in Fallout 4 building, you know, all the little settlements. I know that's not a JRPG, it's an RPG of sorts, but hey ho, you get what I'm trying to get at. So there we have it, those are my most recent gaming pickups. Tell me, what is the best pickup that you've picked up recently? I'd said picked up quite a lot there. Tell me in the comments down below. Now I have to finish off with the usual. So, now if you like what you're seeing and hearing on this channel, well, please help me grow it by liking, sharing and subscribing. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chicken Fillets, you know what to do. Hit that notification bell. This has been John, aka Chicken Fillets, and until next time, tatty bye!